A very warm welcome. Thank you for joining us here. FIFA World Cup qualifying clash in Africa. We're here at the Japoma Stadium in Douala, which is the economic capital of Cameroon and the largest city in Cameroon. And it's time for this match, a third match clash between Cameroon and Mozambique. The indomitable Lions up against the Os Mambas of Horacio Gonçalves. Cameroon, well, looking to try and please their home fans, which is something that needs to be underlined. We have fans back in the stands. It's the first time since the start of the pandemic that the doors have been opened for some fans to turn up. Now, this is a 50,000-seater stadium. We've got maximum 10,000 who are going to assist this third clash from Group D. As you can see, Côte d'Ivoire top of the table. They managed to beat Malawi earlier today to lift them up to 7 points. 4 ahead of Cameroon, with Malawi, who managed to beat Mozambique 1-0 in their second clash. Mozambique at the bottom, looking to try and, well, just resurrect their hopes of qualification from this group. Only one team will go through. And with the Côte d'Ivoire just pushing ahead, 4 points ahead of Cameroon, I think that it's now time for the indomitable Lions to show us what they're capable of doing. Or will it be Os Mambas of Mozambique who will, well, destabilize Tony Conceição's ambitions of trying to get out of this very complicated group? And with two giant nations, we obviously know that there's a very important match, this one, because a 4-point difference. Well, that's a lot going into match day 3. This is the double header, of course, so Cameroon up against Mozambique, and then, well, we'll go to Maputo for the return match in a few days' time, which will also be pivotal in how these two nations move and jostle for places within the group. Great to see the fans here. They love their football down this part of the world, of course. We know that for sure. Cameroon being seven-time World Cup participants, and of course the quarter-final that we saw back in 1990 in Italy was just well, absolutely sensational. So we know that they are very ambitious and are hoping to try and get themselves back onto the big stage, because, well, it didn't happen in 2018 in Russia. The first time they didn't qualify since 2006. So a big blow for the West Africans, and now they find themselves trying to jostle with the likes of the Côte d'Ivoire in this group, which is never going to be easy. But 10 groups of 4 nations, and only one qualified from each group. So we will go into a third round of clashes between the 10 countries that qualify, and then it will be a draw to find out who plays who before the 5 successful victorious teams will get their tickets for Qatar 2022. A lot of football to be played still, and this being a very important clash for Cameroon. If they lose ground at home here today against Mozambique, they lose ground against the Côte d'Ivoire in Group D, and that will, well, leave them in a very, very tricky situation, which is not exactly where they want to be. And of course, being hosts of the Africa Cup of Nations in January, which will take place also in this stadium, which was built in 2017, a beautiful stadium, the Japoma Stadium here in Douala. I think that well, they want to prove that they are fully capable of qualifying for the big competitions, the biggest of them all, of course, being the World Cup in Qatar 2022. But also the Africa Cup of Nations. As hosts, they will be looking to try and put themselves on the map and try and reproduce what they managed to do in 2017 when they managed to beat Egypt in the final in in Gabon and Equatorial Guinea. So we are now in the situation where we're just waiting for the teams to come out, and then we'll see exactly what Cameroon have got to offer here against Mozambique. Mozambique, well, they played out a very fine goalless draw on match day 1 against the Côte d'Ivoire, and that was in Maputo. No goals scored, lacking a little bit of firepower up front. One of the stars, Louis Mikison, recently joined Al Ahly just a couple of months ago.
Of Cameroon.
Not finding his feet, finding it quite complicated to deal with the Côte d'Ivoire, and he went off prematurely. And then they lost against the Flames of Malawi 1-0 in that second clash that took place in South Africa. For Cameroon, it's been a little bit different. They opened their campaign on match day 1 with a 2-0 win over Malawi, with Abu Bakr scoring one of the 2 goals, Ngaji with the second, and then losing in Abidjan 2-1 against the Côte d'Ivoire, and which has obviously put the Elephants in a good position in the group. And of course that was followed up earlier today with a very convincing 3-0 win over Malawi away from home, with goals coming from Max, Gradel, Sangare and Boga.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Team Mozambique.
Cher public, un tonnerre d'applaudissements pour les Lions indomptables du Cameroun.
The 2 teams coming out onto the pitch. It's a grass pitch. It's a wonderful stadium. In fact, as you can see from this wide shot that we're bringing to you on your screens. Big game this is. Mozambique picked up a point, of course, in that goalless draw against the Côte d'Ivoire back on the 3rd of September at the Estadio Nacional do Zimpeto. So if they get 3 today, they'll move up into 2nd place, 3 behind the Côte d'Ivoire, whereas Cameroon can move to 6 points with a win. If it's a draw, then of course it will all play for the Côte d'Ivoire, who will have a 3-point lead going into round 4. For match day 4 in a few days' time. The stage has been set. It is time for the 2 national anthems before we take a closer look at the 2 teams and the players involved.
Prière de vous lever pour l'exécution de l'hymne national du Mozambique.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Cameroon.
Five-time African champions struggled this year against teams within their own continent, but there's a lot of promise, this new crop of talent they have. A lot of them based in Europe. They know that in order to make it beyond this stage, they really have to finish top and try and keep Ivory Coast and Côte d'Ivoire within their grasp. That's a lot of motivation, of course, to get them into the next round of qualifying. Mozambique, lots of young players within this squad, lacking international experience, and but a good point against the Côte d'Ivoire will give them a little bit of belief that they can get the right results. Let's take a look at the Cameroon side picked by Tony Conceição. Well, Ngamalu, who scored one of the goals against Manchester United for the young boys in the Champions League, one of the players at the back, Mukudi, with Ngadjoui of La Gantoise, Seattle's Nuhu Tolo, Anguissa playing for Napoli on loan from Fulham, Abu Bakr leading up front, of course, and Toko Ekambi of Olympique Lyon on the left-hand side, Eric Choupo-Moting, the Bayern Munich man, on the right-hand side. Strong team here. Abu Bakr with his 73rd match played for Cameroon. And this match here will be his 74th, which will move him past former goalkeeper Carlos Kameni and legendary forward Francois Omambiek, into 8th in the all-time appearance. And the officials from Egypt, led by Mr. Mohamed Haid Mansour. And the Mozambique team, Silouane is the goalkeeper, plays for Ferroviario Maputo. Watch out at the back, Ronaldo, the Lillois at left back, very strong player, formerly of Benfica, linking up with Tozen, Nasser Norberto, Nanga in the midfield, Nangui, Jone Antonio, Luis Mikison wearing the 11 on his back, one of the star players, and recently signed for Al Ahly, the Giants of Cairo, with Katamo, excellent player as well. Played his first match against Porto in September for Sporting, just 20 years of age.
S'il vous plaît, cette rencontre se joue dans le strict respect des mesures barrières. Prière de respecter la matérialisation.
Horacio Gonçalves, the man in charge of Mozambique, the 58-year-old former coach of Costa do Sol, one of the top teams in the southern African country.
Sur des espaces non indiqués. Les chaises sont matérialisées. Veuillez respecter cette disposition, s'il vous plaît.
And his opposite number is Tony Conceição, the 59-year-old from Portugal, who has coached many nations indeed, many teams indeed, linking up with Cameroon in 2019. Here we go then for this third group game between Cameroon and Mozambique. FIFA World Cup qualifying match, a pivotal moment for these two nations who are bidding for points here at the Japoma Stadium in Douala. Mambos will be fired up for this one, knowing that they held the top team in the group to a goalless draw in Maputo. Coming here with some fans in the stadium will just be an extra motivation for them. Guadji just getting the ball across to Nuhu Tolo, based in Seattle, dispossessed. A wonderful steal there from Katamu, pinching the ball. That wasn't the right pass. The idea was good, but it was just not read perfectly, as we see Cameroon moving forward down this right-hand side. Utoko Akambi. Bezo now picking the ball up from plays his football for Philadelphia. The ball goes over to the edge of the penalty box over on that far side. Kamler going down towards the byline, tries to get a ball across. Well, it goes over the goalkeeper, Silouan. Back over to the right-hand side. And a chance to deliver a cross, but the idea turned down. Hongla back into the middle. Gadun Gadri. And Luis Mikison draws the foul from Hongla. Plays his football in Italy for Hellas Verona. There he is, wonderful player, Luis Mikison. 9 goals. If he scores a 10th goal, one more, then he will join Arnaldo Owana as the 6th all-time best scorer for Os Mambas. Long ball upfield to try and prise open the indomitable Lions defense. Good defensive play. Mikison calls for a handball. This is football at Philadelphia. Bezo. It's going to be a throw-in. And this will be taken by Ronaldo, one of the top players in this Mozambique team. Finally, it goes, it's given back to Cameroon. Now that that's been resolved, he is, Ronaldo, 27 caps, former Benfica player. Lovely skills, very strong at the back, and he'll be marshalling the boys in green as they go in search of a little bit of possession here down in enemy territory. Toko Kambi. Oh, the attempted 1-2. Throwing it is for Cameroon. Cameroon taking part in the qualification process of the African Cup of Nations. Although that didn't really matter what happened, but they most definitely knew that it was all about taking part, getting some games underneath your belt before you get prepared for next year's competition. But as the hosts, they qualify automatically. And they'll battle for everything. There is a free kick before the ball was pinched there by Mikison. Tony Conceição, the man in charge of Cameroon. One of 77 candidates who applied for the job for the Cameroon national team. Of course, very exciting times with the African Cup of Nations just around the corner. That was meant to take place in January this year, but the pandemic obviously pushed it back to 2022. But they also had the CHAN that took place at the start of the year with Morocco, providing us with back-to-back victories, having won in their own backyard in 2018. Bit flustered at the back. Mozambique, as Cameroon try and find some paths through the defense, but on that occasion a poor pass into no man's land from Baizo. Gives the ball back to Osmambos. Got such an incredible history in the World Cup. Oh, a little bit of a fluffed chance there, but manages to readdress the situation. They will get the ball back. Mozambique. All eyes on Mickey Son. He'll go in search of double figures in international goals scored. Just managed to put themselves into the semi-finals of the COSAFA Cup, losing out to Eswatini. '89th minute, they conceded a goal in the semi-finals. It went to penalties, and Mozambique missing out on the bronze medal, as Eswatini claimed the third place on the podium. Bit of space in the middle as they push forward. Abu Bakr retrieving the ball before moving up into a dangerous position. Eric Choupo-Moting is there as well. Spreading the ball out wide is the former Union Douala player, originally from this city, Mbaizo. Looking very comfortable on the ball. Here's Mukudi. And his pass over to the other side. Drifts out over for a goal kick. Little bit of movement. That was a good run there by Toko Ekambi, but it was extremely well read by this man here. Just so smart at the back, his decision making and his movement. Ronaldo is world class when it comes to reading the ball, reading the play. Mickey Son gets knocked off his feet. There are two players down, and that will be a free kick for Mozambique. Horacio Gonçalves is the boss for Mozambique. Also got Victor Martina, who was the initial manager, just working alongside him. Mozambique never qualified for the World Cup, managed to take part in 4 Africa Cup of Nations, 86, 96, 98, 2010. Didn't get out of the group stages. 10 minutes in, Cameroon 0, Mozambique 0 here at the Japoma Stadium in Douala. Mozambique leaning on the expertise of this man here, formerly of Simba. Played 50 matches for the Tanzanian Giants. Scored 18 goals for them as Ronaldo goes on a little maneuver. Bit of space, bit of a chance now for Mozambique if they can get a shot in. Oh, it's blocked quite comfortably there. Nahanga giving himself a little bit of space, but picked up by Miki-san. Not too many options. Spread the ball out wide. Ronaldo will pick this up, hooks up, waits for some movement. Choupo-Moting coming back to defend. And there is Norberto over on the other side. Another very solid defender. Tozen over to Ronaldo. Looking comfortable on the ball at the moment, Mozambique. That's a good ball over to the right-hand side, and the flag stays down, and it's a nice little touch to keep the ball in play. Now, what can he do with this? Can he get the ball over? Nasser pulls it back. There's a shot. It's very much off the target. It's Katamo. Must be feeling very motivated. And very happy following his call-up for the first team to play against Porto in September. That itself is one clash that you don't want to miss as you try and get yourself a place in the first team, playing at Sporting in the Primeira Liga, Portugal. 5 games played now for Mozambique. He's got a goal as well. So it can only get better for the youngster. Mukudi. Out wide to Mbaizo. 24-year-old goes looking for the ball down the right-hand side. First touch not good enough, and well, that's really good play from Ronaldo. Again, he's just marshalling that corner like a veteran. Got another really good centre-back in Zinedine Junior, the Desportivo Maputo player. More than 58 caps. As Cameroon head down into the corner to try and whip in the right ball to the teammates and try and prise open the defense. It's Gamelu who's going to be taking this. Silouan hunches it. That's a strange reaction, but I think the ball went out before it reached the goalkeeper, so it's going to be a goal kick for Mozambique. There you go. You can see it better from that angle. Here's Tozen. Scored his first goal for Mozambique against Eswatini in that semi-final encounter. Oh, the ball's fallen. Quite luckily, it's in the back of the net. No, it isn't. Just a little bit wide. Great scoring opportunity. It will be a goal kick. And there you can see that Eric Choupo-Moting trying to get in between the last defender and the goalkeeper after a little mishap at the back. Well, it was accidental, but it wasn't good for his goalkeeper, Silouan. The blood was pumping. Couldn't get the right soft touch with the outside of his right foot. Very close, but not close enough from the Bayern Munich man. Best scoring opportunity so far. pushing forward once again. Cameroon on the attack as the flag goes up there for Toko Ekambi. Cote d'Ivoire just showing off their attacking ability earlier today with that 3-0 win over Malawi. It took them 36 minutes to get their first goal, as we see a very firm challenge. Been a lot worse there. The studs came up, but Ngamala is absolutely fine. Must have been a magical moment for him scoring one of those 2 goals. The young boys against Manchester United. Here is Vincent Abubakar. Looked quite dangerous, that pass, but finally will go out for a throw-in for Cameroon. Conceição replacing Clarence Seedorf at the helm of the national team. Dutchman spent just a year with the Indomitable Lions. And he stepped in when Sven-Goran Eriksson didn't manage to agree terms on a deal. And then Patrick Kluivert helped him out and became his assistant. The 2019 Africa Cup of Nations wasn't a good one for them. Eliminated by Nigeria in the last 16 after a group stage that just didn't provide us with some of the best footballing moments of Cup of Nations for Cameroon. Player down, back up on his feet. You can see it's Antonio. Like he was in some pain, getting knocked down quite heavily by Mbaizo. That was Miki Son on that occasion. The free kick for Mozambique. David Atasi Mboka playing his second and third, picking up his second and third caps for Cameroon as the #1 goalkeeper. Little bit too far there for Mbaizo. "20 minutes in, and Cameroon and Mozambique in deadlock at the moment. A couple of scoring opportunities with Eric Choupo-Moting with the best after a little mix-up in defence, and a clearance falling into his path as he tried to thread the ball through. Well, that's a shot that's been pulled wide from Hongla. Choupo-Moting unable to get his ball on target. But Mozambique still waiting for them to push forward and test Davide Simboka, the goalkeeper for Cameroon. Do apologise for the little technical interference. We're back to the Jaboma Stadium in Douala. No goals scored here between Cameroon and Mozambique. 24 minutes in, and Tony Conceição and Horacio Gonçalves there, just quite animated, in fact, on the side of the pitch, as you can see, just trying to work out tactically what they can do to get the better of each other. And there's Tony Conceição just on the left-hand side there, to the bottom of your screens. But at the moment, Mozambique doing well to hold Cameroon in their own backyard. That's a nice ball straight to Toko Ekambi. Toko Ekambi's got Mbaizo just out to the right-hand side. There are two players at the far post. Let's see what he can do, the Olympic Lyon player. And there's a shot that comes in from Choupo-Moting, but it's blocked, and it's been nicely cleared. Look at that lovely touch from Mickey Son. Takes the ball over, gets the ball over to the right-hand side. Watch out for Katamo. He's the young player. And he's a wonderful player with great skills. Gets past two players, waits for a little bit of the cavalry to arrive, but they're not arriving as quick as he would have preferred. And you can see the Camerooni defense back in position. Mbaizo putting a bit of pressure on Ronaldo, and finally the ball goes over to the other side, tidied up, and no pressure at all there. Hongla to get the ball back to David Etasi. Well, they get the ball back, Louis Mikison once again. Can he get a shot in? Well, he's being blocked, and there's no way through at all. Picked up by Nongi. Nongi gets the ball back, gets past his man, but shows a little bit too much. Johnny does well. Sorry, Nahanga does well. And finally, it's brought back by Antonio to his defence. There's a runner down the right-hand side. If he can get the ball over there, that's not bad at all. It's just a little bit too high for Katamo. Got to watch out. He really is a live wire, and a great future prospect for Mozambique. Already a talent, but he'll just become better and better over time. The more experience that he gets playing for Sporting in the Portuguese capital, Lisbon, the better he'll become for Os Mambas. Once again, ball comes out to Mbaizo. Mbaizo gets his cross in, and it's Tozen who just clears it. Mbaizo again, picking the ball up. Trying to organise everybody. That's a good delivery over the far post, and that's a header into the corner. It's an easy goal. How about that? In the perfect place, Eric Choupo-Moting offers Cameroon a 1-goal lead in the first half of this Group D encounter against Mozambique.
Scored by Maxime Choupo-Moting.
Well, that was a perfect cross, but the defence just weren't very organised at the back. Don't know where Norberto was to try and come across. As the announcer gets very excited about this opening goal. It's a very important goal, isn't it, for Choupo-Moting? And they've finally broken the deadlock. But, well, there's a few questions that will be asked by Horacio Gonçalves, the man in charge of this Mozambique team. We'll get to have a look at the replay and understand a little bit more about the defensive frailties of Mozambique, with that ball that came across from the right-hand side, lofted into the path of this man, the Bayern Munich man, just heading it into basically the corner to offer Cameroon a 1-0 lead. And he's got a good score rate for the number of matches he's actually played for Cameroon. This is match number 59 for him, and he's on 16 goals, which is, you know, he can play in that centre forward position, but he can also, you know, move out onto the wing as well. And he is quite a skillful player, as you can see, but he's very good with his head. Being 6'3", he's not being challenged too much with those kind of balls that come across. Well, Norberto comes over to try and deal with Toko Ekambi, and does well. He's out of position. It's Ronaldo, and now he needs to have a little bit of cover. He's over on that far side that he didn't have. He wasn't in position when the ball came to Choupo-Moting. Plenty of Cameroon players on the right-hand side. Abubakar was looking to try and go for a darting run. 30 minutes in, Cameroon with a 1-goal lead. Here he is once again, Choupo-Moting waiting for a little bit of support, but the ball doesn't get passed back to him. Vincent Abubakar trying to weave and slalom his way between 3-4 Mozambique defenders, gets the ball back. Very fortunate on that occasion. Bizo here, the Philadelphia right back. Can't thread the ball through to Choupo-Moting. Throw in taken quite quickly. And the delivery not being sent over on that occasion by the Verona man, Hongler. 1-0 it stands. Nice touch from Bizo, and Bizo looks up. Is he going to go himself? Is he going to... Well, he kicks the ball off Ronaldo. Will be a corner. And they have their finger on the pulse of this encounter as we just go past the 30-minute mark. Mozambique, well, they're into desperate defending at the moment. The young boys, Ngamalu will take this. Movement in the penalty box, it comes over. Oh, that was a good scoring opportunity. Ngajui nearly getting himself in the right position. A little bit too high for him to really steer it into the corner and do a Choupo-Moting. This is the goal, that's the delivery, and that is absolutely sublime, that cross over to the far post. Kind of a dead ball chip, wasn't it? And it was impossible. There was a mismatch in sizes with Eric Choupo-Moting doing the business to deliver Cameroon their first goal and put Tony Conceição's men in charge of this very important clash in Group D. Once again, Bizo. Nice touch there, Toko Ekambi trying to accelerate, get things moving quickly. Not a bad ball, but it was read perfectly by Tassim Boka. Well, this city will be a major football festival venue come January. Sitting on the estuary of the Wouri River, of course, Douala will be full of fans who will be enjoying the Africa Cup of Nations that will take place in January the 9th until February the 6th here on Camerooni soil. And after what they achieved in 2017, after what they achieved back in 2002 and 2088, 84, five-time winners. They are looking for number 6, and there's no better place to do it than in your own back garden. Promoting, just snagging Shakil Nongi. There is one thing that they need to work on, and they have been working on this week in training, is how to get the ball up to the last man and how to play against some of these big teams and solid defenses, because they're not getting the shots on target, they're not getting the shots in, and that is a problem. That's a lovely turn from Katamo. Katamo making a little bit of space. That's a great ball straight through the middle. Can he get a shot in? The shot does come in. Oh, it's just wide. How about that? A fantastic play. Antonio unable to find the target, but some great work by Katamo to set up the winger, and well, that was very close indeed. Excellent play, good touches, just to give himself that extra yard. Low drive into the corner, whistled past the woodwork. And best scoring effort for Mozambique. They obviously heard what I was saying, but it is Osmanbas who really need to get an equalizer, because they'll lose this one, and well, they're just too far behind to even dream about getting themselves a chance of qualifying. Picked up once again by Katamo. up against Nuhu Tolo, gets past his man, beautifully done. In the middle, you've got that man, Antonio, linking up well together, but Nuhu Tolo, the Seattle-based left back, retrieves the ball valiantly. Baizo, acres of space down this right side. Good ball straight through to Toko Ekambi. Once again, they start working and moving up into enemy territory. Gadengajui, nicely done, nicely worked. Down towards the byline, and we'll go out for a corner. That's good work. They got back into position, the Mozambique defenders. Good cover there from Tozen. Got the block in. It would have found Ronaldo, who I'm sure would have steered the ball away, but you can't take any risks. Now, once again, it's scoring opportunity comes over. Great chance for a volley. Well, that was perfect situation set up for Abu Bakr. The Al Nassr man makes great contact, but it's comes flying off the left leg of Mickey Son. Gamalur again. Corner this time on the right-hand side, and they were queuing up to try and get on the end of that. Makudi, very frustrated. And that should have been in the back of the net. He really didn't have to do that much. A bit of traffic, bit of movement, of course, and a teammate quite close by. Kind of got blinded. That's the only excuse that I'll give him. Anyway, he knows that that was a golden opportunity. Oh, Makudi, the Saint-Etienne player, plays as Geoffroy Guichard, the 23-year-old, born in Paris, just outside of Paris, northeastern Paris, Bondy. Probably grew up playing against the likes of Kylian Mbappe from the same suburbs of northeastern Paris. I went through the under-16s right through to the under-20s for the French national team. Attempted through ball, gets blocked. Kamala working his magic again. Ball just creeps over the line. It will be a throw-in for the Indomitable Lions. Played for Saint-Etienne, got loaned out to Middlesbrough, of course. Mukudi. Here they go again. Baizo to promoting back out to the man on the right-hand side, the Philadelphia player. Anguissa. Abu Bakr squares the ball. Chance for a shot. Shot's not taken. Out wide, Baizo. Working well with Hongla there. Here's Bakudi. Out wide to Mbaizo again. Promoting, picks the ball up, gets past his man. Will he get his shot in? Oh, he just decides to go for the pass rather than the shot. Easily blocked and cleared in the middle by Journey. But just look at that touch. Sensational stuff to get past Tozen, and then that pass, well. Another corner with 4 minutes left to play in the first half in front of what will be 10,000 fans, I think, finally making plenty of noise. Great to see, as long as everybody's safe. Ball comes over, it's well dealt with by Siluan. And the Ferroviario Maputo goalkeeper, just 22 years old, coming to the rescue there. And a big, strong challenge from the Napoli midfielder, Anguissa, one of the more experienced players in this squad, on loan from Fulham. Playing with more than 30 caps for Cameroon. The experience is vital for the team. Hard challenge. Coming in from Nuhu Tolo. He knows he's up against a youngster who can, I'm not going to say run rings around him, but he most definitely has sneaked past him once or twice. Katamo is the real deal, but when you get knocked down like that, it's a psychological thing and it's difficult to get back. So we'll see how strong he is and if he's able to nutmeg or get past the left back sooner rather than later. Could become a quite interesting battle. Sometimes players who are young move away from those hard tacklers who go in solidly. They get spooked after a really strong hit that comes in, a strong tackle, knocks them off their feet. And it's just a reminder to say, you can't get past me as easy as that. This is my manner. Nuhutolo is basically saying that. 2 minutes left to play before we maybe see an extra minute. I can't see anything more than that being added on to the 45. But Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting scoring the 28th minute with a header delivered perfectly by the Verona midfielder Hongla. Who's playing his 8th match for the Indomitable Lions. Player was born in Yaoundé, second largest city in Cameroon. A little bit of space, a little bit of time. Change of flanks if they've got Katamo's on the other side, and that's just a little bit too late. It should have gone over there a lot earlier because he was racing clear and he was onside at the time when the pass should have been made, and that's what he's all about. And you can see, it must be really frustrating for Horacio Gonzalez. That was Tony Conceição, by the way. For Horacio Gonzalez, just seeing that happen over on that far side and the pass not being made. Tony Conceição off the bench to quickly say, guys, you've really got to keep an eye on this one. And Nuhu Tolo, if he can race into positions, if Katamo can race into a bit of space and get away from Nuhu Tolo, then he won't get smashed down to the ground like he did previously. Last few seconds of the 45 as Mozambique go in search of an equaliser. A complicated scenario for them here. Away to Cameroon at the Japoma Stadium here in Douala. Minutes of added time. And then the players will go and talk with their coaches as, well, that's just a waste. Should have been a lot better than that. Two players with a bit of space running clear, faster going forward, with the defenders having to turn around. Of course, it's just a no-brainer what to do in those situations. Don't hit it too hard, put it into the space, and keep it on the ground. Some big guys in this Cameroon defensive line at the back. And there's the halftime whistle blown by Mr. Mansour of Egypt. And the first 45 minutes come to an end here. Cameroon leading Mozambique 1-0. That's the man of the moment, Eric Choupo-Moting, scoring in the 28th minute. A header beautifully delivered by Hongla. We'll take a break, second half coming up. Will it be Mozambique who can clamber back into this, or will it all be about Cameroon and their quest to try and keep the Côte d'Ivoire close to them in this tightly contested group? Have to wait and see. Don't go away.
Respectez les mesures barrières. Ce match se joue dans le respect des prescriptions des mesures barrières.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's respect the barrier measures. COVID-19 is still around.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous vous rappelons que cette rencontre se joue dans le strict respect des mesures barrières. Le stade est matérialisé. Prière de respecter les espaces tels qu'indiqués. Évitez de jeter les saletés à même le sol. Il y a des bacs à ordures tout autour du stade. Veuillez y déposer les saletés.
Okay, we'll take another shot.
Welcome back to the Japoma Stadium in Douala. Cameroon up against Mozambique. It's a FIFA World Cup qualifying clash in Africa in Group D. Match day 3, and Cameroon have a 1-0 lead over Os Mambas of Horacio Gonçalves. They managed to take the lead through that man wearing the number 13 on his back. His name, Maxime-Eric Choupo-Moting, the Bayern Munich forward, who provided us with a fantastic header, unmarked and pretty straightforward, but steering it into the corner to beat the goalkeeper Silouane. to offer these fans a little bit of joy in their return to the stands and the stadiums. First time that we've had fans back in the stadiums in Cameroon since the start of the pandemic, when the federation decided with the government that it would be a wise thing to actually stop fans from going to the stadiums, just like it was right across the world. Well, that was the scenario then. This is the scenario now. We're in a better position, but obviously still important to stay safe and well, just follow the rules and regulations to keep everybody healthy. We're just moments away from kickoff for the second half, and Cameroon bossing the match, dominating possession, finding opportunities to push forward. But they have to be careful because Mozambique, with Katamo and Mickey Son, who haven't really lit up this match just yet, are showing little sparks of light, and they're creating a couple of scoring opportunities in the first half. They'll try and spill that into the second half. This man here hasn't really had a shot on target yet, has he? Vincent Baboubacar, the Al Nasser man, who plays in Saudi Arabia. Expect a little bit more from him as he enjoys his 74th appearance playing for the Indomitable Lions. An absolute heavyweight in terms of his presence and faith that he's had in Cameroon national team. So maybe we'll see a little bit more from him. Horacio Gonçalves' men coming out onto the pitch. Number 10, number 11, number 7. Those guys have been working their magic and trying to find a way through the Cameroon defence. But it really is about the counter-attack. It's about being well organised on the counter-attack and being slick. There are scoring possibilities for Mozambique, but they've really got to just push forward and just work together and be meticulous with their passing, because they're running into space. They're finding places on the pitch where they can push forward, and afterwards they got to try and produce a couple of shots just to test that man, David Etassian Boka.
Les pieds sur les sièges devant vous. Prière de ne pas déposer les saletés à même le sol.
Let's get this show on the road. Second half it is. Look at this wonderful stadium as the sun goes down in this a wonderful city of Douala on the banks of the Wouri River estuary. And Cameroon looking to try and build on their lead, or will it be Mozambique who can hit back? They got a point from their opening clash against the Côte d'Ivoire, a goalless draw in Maputo. As Antonio looks for support. Mickey Son, the former Simba player, with a shot, and well, you can understand what's been whispered into his ear at in the change rooms at halftime. I'm sure that Gonçalves has said, "Listen, take shots, take as many shots as you want. Let's test that goalkeeper. Let's see exactly, if he's made of metal, because we've got some fine players who know how to strike the ball, and we haven't really conjured up the shots that we should." And with Katamo and Antonio, the two players who have half-tested the goalkeeper, that's about it as far as what we've seen. As the ball comes out wide and they're pushing forward with Ngamaleu down towards the byline. Well, he has his cross just blocked and stopped in its path, picked up by Silouane. And as I said, a lot of young players in this squad. You've got 22-year-old Silouane. Katamo's 20. Nasser, the Liga Desportivo centre-back, just 23. Nice control there from the young boys midfielder. Lost possession. Good opportunity this is. They got to move up. They got to move into dangerous position. Take risks. Katamo Katamo gets a decent cross in, but it's didn't get past the first defender. Gadu Ngajui. And the flag goes up for offside. That was the high foot, sorry, I apologise. Put himself in a good position, but he couldn't do anything about it. Yeah, we've got a change. Danilo Muse, who's the player who's come in, who you saw just there. So there's one change for Mozambique. They're on a bit of a wander now, Cameroon, as they go in search of their second goal. Abubakar's effort couldn't bring it around. Bit of frustration there for the Al Nassr striker. Did well, gave himself a little bit of space. Ball comes up to him, that's his first touch, let him down really. Puts it on his right foot, just couldn't bend it around. It was ideally set up as he turned Norberto inside and out. Well, he's just a legend of the game, isn't he, Vincent Aboubakar? And he's only 29 years of age, but just what he did when he was playing at Porto was just extraordinary. We knew what he was capable of doing, and he definitely did that, scoring goals galore. 36 in more than 80 matches played in the Primeira Liga, also in the Champions League. Two-time winner of the Primeira Liga, of course, 2017, 2018, and 2019, 2020. Gabalur once again, but the flag has gone up for offside, just wandered a little bit too far beyond the last defender, forcing the flag to rise. There are some quality players on the bench as well. With Jean-Claude Bilong. Well, there's a chance, great chance. And it just goes to show that Mozambique, when they put themselves in that position and they quickly accelerate and move forward. Antonio just unable to beat the goalkeeper on that occasion, but it was just as Norberto heading the ball away for a corner ahead of Aboubakar. And all of a sudden, they are setting it alight at the other end. And we'll see this very quick. And it's a great ball upfield. The goalkeeper, and that was just, it's not the right shot, is it? It's just not the right shot. Next to him, he's got Katamo, who could have just dropped behind him and then accelerated away. And he would have an overlap. He wouldn't have been offside, and he would have been able to slot the ball into an empty net. Thinking about it. It's all about smart decisions. But as I said, it comes in time. With more experience is the resulting corner. Little flick there. Oh, it's in the back of the net. It's that man again. Eric Choupo-Moting with his second goal. And Cameroon take the lead. But what about that for a blunder from Silouan? It should have been in his hands. It came up off his body and it went into the back of the net, over the line. And Cameroon take a 2-0 lead now against Mozambique here at the Japoma Stadium.
Scored by
Well, the corner came in. Eric Choupo-Moting, there it is. He tried to kind of punch it away. I don't understand his gesture there, Silouan. Look at that, the flicked header. He's trying to flick it away kind of thing. He wasn't trying to scoop it up. But in fact, his hands brought it up and flicked it past his own body. That is just, well, nightmare-esque, isn't it, to be perfectly frank with you. Watched on by Horacio Gonçalves, who, well, is just thinking, that is not how I saw the start of the second half. They go 2-0 down, and look at that man. Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting, 28 minutes, and now the 52nd, 2 headers. And now the mountains are climbed for Mozambique, or Samambas have their work cut out to try and get some goals back. They started off very brightly, don't get me wrong, and they could have actually scored the equaliser through that man, Antonio. It's once again been set up perfectly for the goal, but his effort struck directly at Davide Tassimbuka. Bikison bundles down Uturu. And the player from Douala originally coming through. Well, this flag's gone up there for offside. Playing for Rainbow Bamenda. He signed for the Seattle Sounders FC in 2016, and he's been there ever since. Just joining Tacoma Defiance. Tacoma just being a city that's just a few miles outside of Seattle, over in Washington State. Offside or not offside? Well, the flag went up. The linesman had made up his mind. But it's all about risk-taking now. Maybe it's been they've been playing too safely, I think, in the first 45 minutes. Reading the game, reading how you play tactically is important as well for when you come up against heavyweights like Cameroon. I mean, their CV is just very long and illustrious, to be perfectly frank with you. They've got what they've achieved over time is just extraordinary. 2-0 up against Mozambique here in Douala will set them up nicely. If they can hang on to this lead and go on to win the clash, then they will take 3 points from this and move to a point behind. There's a chance, a great effort there coming in from Katamo. He put it on his left foot, bit of space, great drive, but it was easily monitored by Davide Tassimbuka. Saw it coming. But you put a little bit of traffic in front of him when he struck the ball, and it could have been a different scenario. And the shot count on target has, well, they've already, in the first 11 minutes, they've produced more shots on target than they did in the entire first half. Abubakar goes racing for that. Great work by Norberto, just out-muscles the Cameroonian hitman. Well, that's going to be a free kick. Ngadjui. Brash with his challenge. And no need to react.
Number 19, King Batu.
Change for Mozambique, as you can see. And Pachuyo King comes on for Antonio. Gets a chance to shine out here. There's another shot that's an attempt at goal. Cameroon in the driving seat and sitting on a 2-goal cushion as Horacio Gonçalves continues to try and read, interpret and analyze, find solutions, tactically turn things around. Haven't managed to do what they did against the Côte d'Ivoire. Missing a few key players like Javinho, amongst others for that clash, but still. Just looking strong, looking well organised, Cameroon. Abubakar out wide to Nuotolo. Gamalou, little flick, nicely done. Abubakar waits for support. So there was a chance for a pass out wide. There wasn't, but there is here coming in from Mbaizo. It's blocked, and that will be a free kick. Just bundles over Moose. It's a good ball down to the right-hand side. An opportunity here. Tries to turn it around, gets past his man. That's really good running as well. Defensively, top-notch from Nuotolo. And there he is, just getting the better of Nasser, the Liga Desportivo player. Unable to match him with pace. But they get a corner. And they're waiting for some reinforcements because there's only one player in the penalty area. And up against 9 players from this Cameroon squad. Won't be that easy. They're there now. Let's see where this is going. Tamo. Johnny. Headed away comfortably by Gadugaji. Long range shot. It's another shot. Left-footed effort coming in from Tozen this time. Trying to score his second goal for his country, having found the net against Eswatini in the COSAFA Cup earlier this month. Or I should say last month. Ball comes out to Gamalou. Strong play, puts it on his left foot. There's the delivery. Oh, what a great save that was from Silouan. And that was pinpoint header directed at him. But how he kept that out was stupendous. Brilliant, brilliant save to deny Toko Ekambi. Brilliant play as well from Nagalur down the left-hand side. Gets past Norberto. Just look at that. Well, he just put his body in the way. Still a save. And he'll still be given plenty of credit. Delivery and the work rate down that left flank was top class. Onguisa And another chance for a header. It's goal number 3. It's easy, isn't it? The header's coming in. Toko Ekambi finally gets his goal. And the Olympic Lyon player, all smiles. Perfect delivery and a brilliant finish to leave Silouan flat-footed in goal. Well, again, they're just struggling at the back, Mozambique. They pushed forward a lot. You can see that Tony Conceição very happy. Started off with Anguissa, gets the ball to Ngamala. Look at this, lofted in, 3 players queuing up. And it was that man, Toko Ekambi, flashes it past the goalkeeper, Silouan. No chance at all, dives in the right way, but just look at the pace off his head. And he's one happy man. Fourth goal for Cameroon, and his 37th appearance for Carl Brion Toko Ekambi, 29 years of age, born in Paris, played for Paris FC before joining Sochaux, Angers, Villarreal in Spain for a couple of seasons before going on loan to OL, and then he finally secured his deal on a permanent transfer, 4-year contract with more than 11 million euros in June last year. The changes about to happen as Stéphane Bahoken, who's going to come on. Another forward, the Angers striker.
Number 17,
Baizo.
in shed number 11, Munga Basagok Christian. Second replacement,
Christian Mungang Basagog coming on.
shed number 7,
Toko Ekambi going off. He'll be replaced by by Collins.
Mesdames et messieurs, double remplacement côté Cameroun. Sortie du numéro 7, Carl Toko Ekambi.
As
Rentré en jeu,
Basagog,
numéro 11, Christian.
the 25-year-old, he's playing in China still for Shanghai Shenhua.
Du numéro 17, Olivier Baizo.
34th appearance for Cameroon for
Du numéro
the very burly forward,
5, Collins.
the big-framed forward who will move out onto the wing as well. He's a very dangerous player. And there's the clash, and there's the just down on the ground, hurting somewhat. Ronaldo, and the medics will have to come on, I think. He seems to be okay. What do you think you were doing? There he is. Basagog, as I said, likes to use a bit of his own force. Well, that right arm just went into his neck and head, didn't it? So just going up firmly into the challenge, into the aerial battle. Norberto. Picked up at the back by Mukudi. Basagog unable to do anything with that. It goes back to Makudi. It's going to be a throw-in for Mozambique. Abu Bakr trying to control the ball, is picked up by Miki Son. Gets the ball out wide to his teammate Musa. Here he is again. That's a nice ball into the middle, picked up here, and a chance for Nanga to spread it out wide. Does well. Katomo. Oh, he tries to pick the ball up, that was close. Still in possession. And out onto the right-hand side this time. Nasser to Katamo. Katamo with the shot. Katamo's shot. Well, it was well read by David Atassimboka. But again, that left foot of his, very promising, isn't it? He's so far out. Just look at the distance. Pulls the trigger, unleashes a fine strike. And it was just easily read by Cameroon goalkeeper. Nanga down on the ground after another firm challenge from, well, we'll see on this occasion. It's the Abu Bakr who treads on the foot of the midfielder. And a free kick awarded to Osmanbas. Delivery into the penalty box. Anybody there? No, there is not. Anguissa. More changes on the horizon, as you can see. But a chance for Cameroon, nicely done. Lascog doing really well. He goes down. It will be a free kick. He's just showing us what he's capable of doing now. Got a bullish way of charging through the midfield.
Team Cameroon. In shed number 6, Lea Siliki James Edouard. Out, Eric Maxim Choupo.
Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting going off, score of the 2 goals, and coming in to replace him is Saliki.
Another replacement. Out. Captain Vincent Abu Bakr.
Captain Abu Bakr.
Shed number 9. Bauken Stefan.
And Stefan Bauken coming on. The yellow card distributed for Norberto for that challenge. Forcing Lea Saliki to go down, the Middlesbrough player. And that will give Cameroon a free kick outside of the penalty box. It's only Lea Saliki's second cap for Cameroon, by the way, former France youth player. Now on loan for Middlesbrough from Rennes in western France, Brittany to be more precise. Born in northern suburbs of Paris. Chance now to make it 4 for Cameroon. Stefan Bauken is on this, along with Anguissa. I think it's going to be Bauken who's going to take it, logically. Here he is, the Angers man. No, it's Anguissa. Anguissa's effort. Oh, he just heads it over to the top. And Well, it's just Basagog's header goes and over the, Ngadu and Gadri's header just going over and away from danger. Real test of character now for Mozambique. See if they can get a goal or a couple. Get back into this clash. Still plenty of time on the clock. Or has the damage already been done? Has it damaged them to the point where they can't battle back? In these kind of scenarios, you just got to really remain focused. You've got to try and get that one goal. Just think of it as one goal at a time, and not look at the scoreline and interpret this as a 3-goal lead that they have. It's about just focusing on the one goal. And that mindset will enable you to battle back. But first of all, you've got to get those scoring opportunities. This could be one of them. But just look at the defensive strength of Nootolo doing really well at the back. That is, sorry, of Nagamalu working really hard to backtrack and retrieve the ball. Fantastic stuff just to get the better of the youngster, Nasa. Nice ball out wide by Lia Saliki. Here is Basagog. Basagog trying to get past his man. The overlap is good, and that should have been driven in onside and in the ideal position. Stefan Bakken drives it over. Sumptuous play, and the overlap coming in down that right-hand side, driven in by Fai Collins, and it should have really been buried. And Baucan, the Angers forward, misses his chance to score his 4th goal for his country. Good work from Fai Collins. Read the situation perfectly.
Shirt number 11,
Now Luis Mikisone's gone off.
9, Alexander Melke.
And Melke comes on. They were partners in crime in the up front for the clash against the Côte d'Ivoire.
Rentrée en jeu du numéro 9, Alexandre Melke.
Blackpool's player in Mozambique, 24 years of age, another youngish player. Now the flag goes up. Well, the match between Angola and Gabon has actually started. A little bit of a delay, but now they're off. A couple of minutes in, goalless there. And we have 14 minutes to play here at the Japoma Stadium in Douala. And a good ball over to the left-hand side. Got another scoring opportunity. Ngamala trying to take on his man. Oh, he nearly stumbles. There's 2 against 1. And he knocks that ball out. It's going to be a goal kick. Good, strong defensive play at the back from Nahasa. This stadium will be used for one of the 2 semi-finals of the Africa Cup of Nations, and with the finals taking place in Yaoundé at the Olembe Paul Biya Stadium. That's the name of the president, of course. Capacity of 60,000 seats, of course. It's the Future Sports Complex of Alembe, that's what they're calling it. Built in January 2018. Well, it's taken a deflection. The ball comes across. It's been headed away. And Gamelu once again getting involved. Picked up by the frontman Stefan Bauken. Given back to Mozambique. If they could get a goal back now, that would put them in a good position. Norberto at the back. Tries to reconstruct. He's got Tozen. Working the ball through the middle with Nahanga. Well, that was the idea was great, but I'm afraid that Katamo, he sees things that some of the other players don't. That it could have been the ideal ball just to split open the defense. Finally comes to nothing, but Nasser was lingering, but he wasn't ready to race down that right side. 12 minutes to go here at the Japoma Stadium in Douala. So the new stadiums in Cameroon, of course, completed for Chan, and in a very good place now to host what should be an extraordinary Africa Cup of Nations. The 33rd edition. Norberto at the back. Is Ronaldo. We haven't seen too much of him in the second half. Down in that left corner. Basically been extracted from the equation. Whereas normally he likes to race up that left flank and get himself really busy, keep himself really busy. Time for another change. Is Kipene Ganago Nashius, and he replaces Gamelu, who has been outstanding today. Well, this is fantastic stuff. This is, you can just see what happened here. They've just picked the ball up in an extraordinary scenario. And I told you how good he is. Katamo, the man of the moment, with a beautiful strike with that left foot, finally gets a goal back for Mozambique. How about that for a finish? Absolutely sublime. One goal. Is it a little too late for a comeback? We'll have to wait and see. Silencing the crowd here at the Japoma Stadium. And that's his second goal in 6 matches played. But look at the other end, you can just see how dangerous they are. Cameroon going forward. It's going to be a free kick just on the edge of the penalty area. Stefan Bauken gets brought down. The challenge made by Tozen. And a yellow card awarded to the centre-back. Four goals here tonight. Good to see Mozambique getting themselves on the score sheet. Horacio Gonzalez will take something from that. You've got to fight until the very end. And talked about getting that first goal. They can start focusing on the second. First of all, they need to deal with this. And it looks like it's going to be Pierre Koundé who's going to be taking this, the Olympiacos midfielder. Now let's see what they can do from here. Pierre Koundé, the Olympiacos with the right foot of his. Oh, it's struck directly at the wall. Muse heads the ball, not intentionally, out for a throw-in. 7.5 minutes to go. Mozambique with a goal to build on. Utolo. And another change. And off goes Ronaldo. And on comes De Souza, Fidel De Souza.
Côté Mozambique, sortie du numéro 17, Mandaba Ronaldo.
22-year-old Black Bulls player.
Du numéro 20, Fidel De Souza.
Well, just knocked off his feet. It's going to be a free kick for Mozambique. Taken quickly by Norberto. Tozen gets the ball out wide. Bring on the youngsters, see what they can do, see if there's something to do. That's a little bit too far. The idea was good because it was a kind of a blind turning through ball, but the big men at the back are just always well placed for Cameroon, and if they haven't got a big man, they've got the goalkeeper who reads it well. He's had a good game, David Itassim Boca. Difficult to deal with that Katamo strike, but nicely played. That's just a little mistake. They've got to remain focused. You can see that Horacio Gonçalves is continually trying to motivate his men because if they just lose concentration, then there's a great chance to score another goal. But I'm afraid on that occasion, the flag did go up for offside. But just look at that. You know, the lapse in concentration at the back can open up those scoring opportunities. And King had a good chance to take advantage there, but just a fraction offside. We can see this. There you go. More than a fraction. And that's what it's all about. We've got 4 and a bit minutes to go. Katamo's goal is giving them a little bit of hope, but it's awfully complicated for them to clamber back into this. But they're still playing and they're still trying to find opportunities to test and try and get more goals. Well, that's a fantastic challenge. That is, the ball comes back. Can they get themselves a shot on target? Well, there's a challenge, and it's just a harsh challenge as you try and desperately to get hold of the ball, but initially just to win that ball back. That is brilliant. A little bit of a tackle from behind, quite got away with it. King picks the ball up. The 2 against 1 working wonders. Melke was the player getting involved. Afterwards you could see that, well, it was a little bit desperate, the ball across. Excellent work there from Bascog, going down the left-hand side. Waits for a little bit of support. Does he get it? Yes, he does. Anguissa is Pierre Koundé. Well, the challenge was a little bit too hard for Fai Collins and the referee. Oh, it's a red card. And that's just really disappointing, isn't it? And that will bring an end to Moose's performance here, coming off the bench.
Second yellow card for
Just complicated now, isn't it? Just look at the two-footed challenge. I mean, it's just reckless, isn't it? Throwing both feet into that. And you can't not agree with Mr. Mansour, the Egyptian referee. Danilo Moose.
yellow card for shed number 4
And now,
for Team Mozambique.
well, there's only what, just over a minute and a half, maybe an extra minute or possibly 2 added on. Hold fort as much as you can and just try and stop them from scoring again, because I think that's all they can do now, Mozambique. Find themselves well beaten by Cameroon out here today. The resulting free kick. Anguissa. Oh, a little bit of luck there, and the ball coming across. Well, Basagog trying to do a little bit too much. He's got that nifty footwork, but on that occasion, I think his studs just stayed put, just as he tried to bring the ball back across. And that was good defensive play, I must admit. All credit to Nangi. Didn't move a single inch. And let Basagog fall down on his own accord. 30 seconds to go. And a 3-1 scoreline for Cameroon, who are on their way to securing 3 points to add to the 3 that they won against Malawi. Abubakar Ngajui, the goal scorers for them against the Flames. And match day 2, losing in Abidjan against the Côte d'Ivoire, who are now group leaders. 3 minutes of added time. Koundé gets the ball out wide. That's a lovely pass as well. Can they get a goal? 4th goal. That Scott gets his shot in. And finally it goes out for a corner. Defensive bravery at the back just to keep the ball out. It's Ronaldo onside as well. First touch just letting him down, otherwise he would have been clear and away from Ronaldo. He would have got a first-time shot. Nearly went between the legs of the goalkeeper, Silouane. Silouane receiving a bit of treatment. I don't know if this is muscular. I don't think that it's cramp. Look at the replay again. Yeah, just the stretching of the legs, and of course that will hurt a little bit. He'll be back up on his feet, the 22-year-old, the Ferroviario Maputo man.
A press conference.
Strong performance from Tony Conceição's men, and that will give them a lot to think about before the return match. They're heading to Maputo to take on Mozambique in a few days' time, and that will be a big clash. For Horacio Gonçalves, well, a bit of a headache losing like this here. A draw would have been good, win would have been exceptional. But a 3-1 defeat, well, it is fairly logical at the end of the day. Just looking at the caliber and the class of this Camerooni team as they look for another goal. Luckily, Silouane comes to the rescue. Into the last minutes we are here.
Le Cameroun ne doit pas perdre les points pour l'organisation de la CAN 2021, s'il vous plaît.
Goal number 2 potentially coming up for Mozambique for the last play of the game. Katamo gets knocked off his feet. It will be a free kick.
Immediately after the game,
Pierre Koundé's header goes out for a corner. Will we get the chance to have this corner played? I think so. Last play of the match.
ladies and gentlemen, let's respect and protect our complex. Thanks for being with us.
See how well organised they are at the back for this final play. And the corner whipped in for Mozambique. Anybody on the end of it? Here is Norberto with a shot. His shot goes wide. And Mozambique unable to grab a second. There is the right back. His effort going wide. And that's the end of this clash here at the Japoma Stadium in Douala, this Group D encounter, FIFA World Cup qualifying match. The final score, Cameroon 3, Mozambique 1. And the fans that have turned up here for the first time since the start of the pandemic, as we try and get back to normality, enjoying a special moment with one player standing out from the crowd, his name being Eric Maxime Choupo-Moting, scoring a brace, 2 headers that has enabled Cameroon to pick up vital points and keep Côte d'Ivoire the leaders in arm's reach going into match day 4 in this 6-match group battle qualifying for the FIFA World Cup in Qatar 2022. Tony Conceição will be relieved to see that they've got the results and they've got the points here at home in their own backyard. Now they'll look for back-to-back victories away to Mozambique, but Os Mamos will throw absolutely everything at them in Maputo for the return match in a few days' time. But here today, Cameroon dominant, strong, well-organised, solid defence, despite the little mishap at the end with Katamo goal. But besides that, it's just heavyweights in Africa and looking dominant and showing us what they're capable of doing. 7 World Cup appearances and 5 AFCON titles on their CV means that they are big guns in Africa, and they proved it once again, comfortably beating Mozambique 3-1. The standings look like this. Côte d'Ivoire 7 points now. Cameroon just breathing down the necks with one point behind. Malawi with 3 points. Mozambique 1. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you very soon for more African qualifying action for FIFA World Cup Qatar 2022. Bye-bye.
Merci à Aboubacar Sahani qui était à la voix. Merci à tous, merci à chacun et surtout que la fête soit belle. Bonne soirée, salut, au revoir.
We got. No. Have a look at the number 15. No. Anyway, do you yeah, but okay.